Today on Family Court with Judge Penny.
Are you going to tell me how much you weigh?
No, ma'am. I'm really ashamed of it.
14-year-old Reagan is suing her mom to pay for gastric bypass surgery.
I want to make a lot of friends and, have a boyfriend. And I think I can do all that if I'm, at the right weight.
But mom's own experience with the surgery wasn't good.
You can expect to throw up every meal, every time you eat.
So for all these years, that's how you've been living?
That's how I've lived, yeah.
And you don't want that for her, right?
No, I don't.
I want to be skinny, and if that's what it takes, I want to look, normal, and I can't do that if I'm overweight.
Families in crisis, I know exactly what they're facing. I have been there from a life of hardship. I was able to build a lifetime of experience. Now, after years of serving on the bench, I use the law to fight for families. It's not only about verdicts, it's about solutions. It's about the compassion and the mercy that justice requires. I'm Judge Penny Brown Reynolds, and in my court, family comes first.
14-year-old Reagan is suing her mother Holly because Reagan wants her mom to pay for gastric bypass surgery so she can be thin and pretty. Reagan's mother Holly, who had the same surgery years ago and lost over 100 pounds, doesn't want Reagan to have the surgery.
All rise. Family Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Penny Brown Reynolds presiding.
You may be seated.
Your Honor, all parties are sworn in.
All right. Reagan,
Hi.
how are you?
I'm good.
You're 14 years old,
Yes, ma'am.
and you bring in your mom to court.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me why.
I want to have surgery to be skinnier and healthier, but she won't let me.
All right. What kind of surgery?
The gastric bypass surgery.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. And your mom won't pay for it?
No, ma'am.
All right. It's my understanding that you had that surgery too, right?
I did have that surgery. Your
How
Honor.
long ago?
It's been about 12 years ago.
All right. How much weight did you lose?
I lost well over 100 pounds, about 120, 125 pounds.
Did you really? And you kept it off all of these years?
Even through 2 pregnancies.
My goodness. So it's worked out for you.
It has worked, yeah.
So that's why Reagan is sort of asking, because she saw you do it.
She's seen the benefits, but she's not seen the bad side of it.
My dear, tell me what's happening with you and your weight.
My weight stops me from a lot of things, making friends that are skinny. And
Wait, say what?
it stops me from a lot of things, like friends, like people will look at me and they'll say, maybe I can't be friends with her, I shouldn't be friends with her because she's overweight.
Really, people say that?
I feel like they say that.
So how does a mother who's a nurse end up with, are you going to tell me how much you weigh?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am? Does your mama know how much you weigh?
I don't think so.
Okay, why won't you say?
I'm really ashamed of it.
You are. Do you know what you weigh on your own? Okay. And you know that you're over the weight that you're supposed to be?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's going on, honey? Why are you crying, Reagan?
I want to look, normal, and I think that I would feel better, have more confidence about myself, if I could, wear cuter clothes, that teenagers my age wear, and I can't do that if I'm overweight.
What grade are you going to, sweetie?
9th.
All right. So I can see where you're concerned, and you think that the surgery is the answer for you?
Yes, ma'am, because, I want high school to be the best years of my life. I want to make a lot of friends and, have a boyfriend, and, and I think I can do all that if I'm, at the right weight.
Well, it's not all about the weight, right?
Yes, ma'am. I have a great personality, and
Yes, you do have a great personality.
and I get told that, but I want to look pretty too.
But what I'm saying is the eating, unless is it a thyroid or anything that may cause issues with
No,
weight?
Your Honor, we've had that checked out.
So it's not anything health related while you're gaining weight. So why don't we go a little bit deeper? wanting to do that?
Yes, ma'am.
The eating is kind of covering up something emotionally. You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
So what's going on in the house, do you think, that I need to know about that makes you eat?
It may be her working, you know, I think it's more that she's so skinny and, you know, she's living like the life that I'd like to live. You know, she gets to wear the cute clothes and she gets noticed by guys, my mom, and I want to, you know, I want to be like that. You know, I want to wear the cute clothes and I want boys to look at me, and she gets that and I don't.
Now, I know that your daughter shared that you date rather young men, in like 22 or so.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Do you think that that's affecting her because you've chosen to date younger men?
I think at first I didn't think that it would affect her, but I think after a period of time I could see where it was making her feel as I was a peer instead of a parent. And because of the divorce and all, I felt really obligated to let all of my children have what they wanted and try to ease them through the divorce. And
Now, how long have you been divorced?
2 years.
All right. So did you start putting more weight on when your dad and your mother divorced?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, well, let's go back to that, because that's always an issue. Now, when you said I noticed she has highlights in her hair, and I understand you have some piercings too, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, you thought it was appropriate for a 14-year-old to have all of that? Like the nose and the lips appears, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if I would say it was completely appropriate, but I felt like it was harmless.
You think so?
Yeah.
So after you've been divorced 2 years, she's taken this hard. Do you have any relationship with your father?
Not any longer.
What is with these men who divorce their wives and divorce their children?
When family court returns, Judge Penny gets down to the bare bones of the drastic surgery Reagan wants.
You can expect to throw up every meal, every time you eat. You end up eating food that you can't digest, that won't fit into the pouch that they make.
I want to be skinny, and if that's what it takes.
We're going to work this out somehow, but it may not be in the way that you think.
Family court is back in the case of the teen who is suing her mother to get gastric bypass surgery. Reagan is testifying about the effects of her parents' divorce on her.
How much of this did you take on, honey? That weight represents something. And apparently it represents your divorce, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you got to witness all of this?
Yes, ma'am.
And how did it make you feel, honey?
It really upset me.
What did it upset you? Tell the judge how it made you feel.
My parents were always fighting, and I didn't want me to see it.
Reagan, come here. Come over here. Come here. Step up here. You are so beautiful, little girl. But all this stuff here, I can't even look at the lip pierced. My. What happened now?
I didn't want to see it, and I didn't want my brother and my sister to see it, and it really upset me, and I felt like if I ate, it would take away the pain.
And so that's what's been going on. You miss your dad?
Yeah.
I know, sweetheart. So you just started eating, and then you started getting pierced, and you got your highlights. You have any tattoos?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Well, at least you don't have any tattoos.
Yes, ma'am.
You do put them somewhere nobody sees. At least go down the aisle with your wedding dress without the tattoo showing. How about that?
Yes.
You're still too young for that, honey.
Yeah, I know.
What is this business, though? You put in your lawsuit that your mother dates younger men. How does that make you feel?
It really, it makes me feel like, you know, she's living the life she never could when she was that age. You know, she was overweight when she was young, and at that age she couldn't get the cute guys. I feel like now she's going after the cute younger guys.
Oh, you think they're cute?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you've been sneaking a look here and there. All right. we've got a lot of issues here, don't you think?
I agree.
Did you ever get the children any counseling? Because when your husband and you divorced, you were glad to see him go. And although the judge, I'm sure in his or her wisdom, did the right thing, because the judge had facts that I don't certainly have before me. What I see now is the ramifications of the pain of a result of daddy's gone now. And for a girl, it's a recurring theme I have here, because I know where you're coming from. But you needed to get the children some counseling. Okay. That should have been a part of it. And then now you're finding yourself, because if you're dating men 10, 15 years younger than yourself, that means you're finding yourself. You're a beautiful woman, the surgery worked, but your daughter is saying you're living the life. Could that be so?
I guess it would appear that way in her eyes.
Well, how is it for you that a middle-aged woman almost is dating children younger than my children?
It's not always great.
Yeah. But there's a reason for that, too. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a reason, and I've taken a great big step back from that.
Okay.
And have stopped that nonsense.
You know, a lot of times we underestimate the wisdom and power, but from the mouths of babes, sometimes there is so much wisdom. Now, if I'm the mirror, and you're looking into the mirror, and you know what a mirror does, right? It reflects back. Tell me what you see. Do you think you're pretty?
No.
You don't think you're pretty, sweetheart? Why don't you think you're pretty?
Because I'm overweight.
Oh, baby. Being beautiful, it means inside of you, not just on the outside. You think so?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, sweetheart. There's a hole that's so deep that even if you were 110 pounds, you'd wake up and you'd still feel the same way. Your dad still wouldn't be here. You still wouldn't think you were pretty. And then you'd fall into the trap of looking for guys to give you some self-esteem, and you can't get that outside of you. We gotta work on you first. You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I get a hug? Look, baby. Sweetheart.
When family court returns, the judge tries to give mom some logic.
She's saying, Dad's gone, Mom lost weight, she gets all the cute guys. If I lose weight, I'll get the cute guys. That's her logic.
Family court returns in the case of 14-year-old Reagan, who is suing her mother to get gastric bypass surgery because she's tired of being overweight. The judges learned that Reagan gained the weight after her parents divorced and Dad left the family.
Tell me the life you've had to live with this gastric bypass.
Well,
And what she could expect from it.
you can expect to throw up every meal, every time you eat. You end up eating food that you can't digest, that won't fit into the pouch that they make.
And how big is the pouch? Is it?
It's
very little, right?
maybe
Like the cup-
maybe a quarter of a cup, I think, is what they.
Is
they
all
make
you
it.
could eat at a time? Mm-hmm. And so if you go over that or you don't eat,
You're gonna get sick.
so for all these years, that's how you've been living?
That's how I've lived, yeah.
And you don't want that for her, right?
No, I don't.
Reagan, you think you can put up with that?
I want to be skinny, and if that's what it takes, I mean,
Then this is something you have to endure for the rest of your life?
Pretty much, yeah.
And how overweight were you? Were you obese?
Oh, yes, Your Honor. I'm about 5 foot tall, and I weighed 246 pounds the day that I had my surgery.
All right. Was it worth it, you think? To you?
To me, yes, it was worth it. And in spite of the problems that I've had from it, I would do it all over again.
You would?
Because I was at the point, which I was 23 years old and had struggled with this. I was at the point that was the only resolution I saw.
Then if you sang in front of Reagan that you would do it all again, why don't you want Reagan to do it?
I want her to have the results, but I just don't want her to go through the steps that I've had to go through. I mean, there's just so many problems, and I don't want to be If I signed it, I would be responsible if something happened to her.
Well, what have you, as a nurse, what have you done to help her?
We have done the low-carb diet. She lost, this was about 2 years ago, year and a half ago, 2 years ago. She lost about 50
It
pounds.
was 2 years ago. My parents are still together.
Oh, so you lost 50 pounds. How'd you feel then?
I felt really good.
50 pounds is a lot of weight to lose when you're, what, 12 years old?
Yes, ma'am.
So I know you have the willpower to do it. It's just she had to deal with a crisis.
Yes, ma'am.
But I want to stop hanging our hat on if she loses the weight, everything in her life is going to change.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
we have to get her to a place where she feels good about herself. Because although you may make it sound like it's wonderful, the fact that you began exclusively dating younger men, there may be some issues there with you and your self-esteem. She's saying, Dad's gone, Mom lost weight, she gets all the cute guys. If I lose weight, I'll get the cute guys. That's her logic. But it's not about the cute guys. It's a whole lot more to this. If you've got these younger men, I wouldn't parade them in and out of my house. You have, and you deserve to have a life. Seems like you've been through a lot. I can feel it. And you do deserve that. But you got a young teenage daughter that's watching everything, and you got 2 other kids too. So sometimes there's a price to pay when you got your kids. You gotta create a safe environment where she feels like she can tell you anything. Is that what you want?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able now to tell her anything?
Yes, ma'am. I do tell my mom.
Okay, why didn't you tell her then, Mom, I'm eating because of Dad?
Because it was when I started, it was really, I saw her more of, the fun mom, and she wouldn't take it serious.
You have got to be the mother. You can be friendly with your child, but you've got to be the mother. But to be brave enough to come to court and air this out, I am most proud of you. I am.
When family court returns, the judge determines whether Reagan will get the surgery she thinks will make her thin and pretty. Then, find out what happened when this teen and her mother went home after court. Family court is back in session. 14-year-old Reagan is suing her mother for the cost of weight loss surgery. She says she just wants to be like Mom.
So at this time, Mom, what I'm going to do is find in favor of the defendant, because you came in here asking for surgery, which you're not going to get. But I am going to send you to a nutritionist and at least give you an evaluation with a counselor. That is far better than you going and living a life being trapped by some surgery at this age, okay? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
And you are beautiful, you hear me? And I don't lie, okay? All right, I find in favor of the defendant. Thank you.
All rise.
When family court returns, find out what happened since Reagan had her day in family court with Judge Penny.
Thank you for tuning in to Family Court Sessions. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more, subscribe and get updated when releases come out.